Autumn Ivy, and this is Our Himbo Turned Into a Werewolf, and this deadbeat dad is our only hope. I'm not kidding. That's the title. This game was actually a submission to the Spooktober 7th Annual Visual Novel Jam. I saw this game go across my feed, and I immediately was enamored, only because one or two of the voice actors had been on my feed previously. But I saw this, and I immediately was like, that clearly is a game I have to play. It's a game by Celadon Studios. A ritual, a werewolf, and a deadbeat wizard dad? Halloween has gotten boring for this college-age trio, so what better way to spice things up than a random, sketchy-looking ritual made by who knows who? When the twilight hour of Halloween takes a turn for the worst, it's up to the one and only Magus in the world to solve the problem and save your friend from eternal werewolfification. The only problem is, this wizard is kind of useless. Can you break this deadbeat Magus out of his funk and reverse the ritual before it's too late? I don't know what this game is like, by the way. We're just going in raw.
It was a dark and scary night, and all of the...
This is the third story you've started with. It was a dark and scary night.
I stared at her silently until her mouth fell into a pout and she went quiet.
Fine. Continue.
Thank you. Anyway, it was a dark and scary...
I guess we're in it for this one.
All of the professors had gone home. I was the only one left in the campus computer lab. My assignment was due at midnight.
Oh, God.
11:46 p.m. and...
Phoebe scoffed, interrupting my flow once more.
Seriously? The horror is your assignment being due in 15 minutes?
Hey, that's actually pretty triggering.
Well, it's 14 minutes, but...
Guys, shh. I want to know what happens.
Oh my God, he's an idiot. Okay. I sighed and then cleared my throat to continue my story.
Everything was fine until the screen flickered and my document closed itself. Then,
Oh boy.
a new document opened. The page was blank, fully blank, except for one single line at the top. Stop writing. He's
Oh man.
behind you.
Phoebe's face betrayed her frustration. Jacob, on the other hand, couldn't have looked more immersed if he tried.
Seriously?
And then what happened?
By God, he's an idiot.
Jacob, forget it. This is ridiculous. Your scary stories are about as scary as my cat.
That's so mean. I rolled my eyes with a long groan. It was just like Phoebe to put a damper on my spooky mood.
Your cat is kind of scary, though.
We ignored him.
Come on, it's Halloween. I want to do something fun. Let's do something else.
But I want to know who the guy behind Blair was.
Let's just say it was Professor Jennings, and he yelled at her for being there too late and told her to go home. The end.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's so sad. Phoebe stared at me silently, expectantly, while Jacob folded his arms and seemed to be pouting. I almost felt bad.
Fine. You want to do something else? Let's do something else. How about...
I thought for a moment and then remembered a little something I got from a close friend during a really, really strange situation, but that's a story for another day. I got up and went to my drawers and returned with a purple hardcover book. It was barely a book, really, just a cover with most of the pages torn out, but there were 3 pages of information that were just the thing to spice up this Halloween. Once I sat it on the floor in front of the others, however, I was met with a bland silence.
No.
Oh, come on. Look, it's a ritual that's supposed to let the person we use it on communicate with animals.
Oh no.
Isn't that cool?
Oh no.
No, it's not. Because this stuff isn't even real. It's just a childish fairy tale thing.
Sometimes I wondered why I always invited Phoebe to my Halloween sleepovers. She never believed in the supernatural, or magic, or the spirit of Halloween. Such a downer.
Phoebe, seriously.
No. Don't
Yeah, the
seriously,
foreshadowing
no.
is real.
Magic isn't real. It's never been real. Anyone who claims they use magic and rituals and whatever are just
Awesome and mighty and powerful?
delusional and hallucinating and wrong, actually.
Great.
I'm in. Let's do it.
God, he's stupid. He's so stupid, but you know what? He's cute, and that's what matters. We turned to Jacob, who stood up with a beaming smile, like a child on Christmas morning.
What? I want to talk to animals.
Oh, man.
Okay, I want to talk to Phoebe's cat.
Oh, man. Ah.
He hates me. You bring a cat to class in a top hat one time and...
You brought Phoebe's cat to class in a top hat?
Cats are close enough to bunnies, right? I thought it'd be a sick magic trick to dress Finny up and pull him out of the hat.
Oh, God. That wasn't what I thought he meant by a cat in a top hat.
His name is Serafina.
Oh,
and
no.
That's probably why he hates you. I mean, seriously, Feeny?
Oh, I'm surprised he doesn't hate you for calling him Serafina.
Yeah, that's actually completely fair, to be completely honest.
Sorry. What was that?
No, nothing. Nothing at all.
I mean, I would have been a little louder about it, but that's fine. Anyway.
Okay, not the point. We're not doing this ritual scam thing.
Look, I got this ritual from a friend who got it from her friend who practices magic. He's the only practicing magus known to the world, and
Isn't that a major red
Oh, that's
flag, then?
safe.
Only
Okay.
one practicing magician guy in the whole world? He totally scammed your friend.
It is a little weird.
but what if he didn't? What if this is real and it works? Wouldn't that be
Bye, Freya.
totally awesome?
It would be totally awesome.
Phoebe approached me and placed gentle hands on my shoulders. She squeezed a little too tightly.
Blair, it's Halloween. I know you're a little naive, but
Naive? I'm not naive.
you're buying into some crazy delusional Halloween propaganda. You're naive.
I have a question. What does
He's so
naive
stupid.
mean?
Stop. No. We sighed. Phoebe barely spared Jacob a glance. All of her words were targeted right at me.
It means that Blair has been tricked, and she doesn't even realize she's been tricked.
Jacob's head tilted, like he didn't understand how I had supposedly been tricked. And honestly, I didn't understand either.
You remember how that one guy told you that the campus cafeteria had waffles, and then you got the
Hi, Pedunk, how are you?
waffles? It's kind of like that.
Oh, well now I want waffles.
And as per usual, Jacob's interesting mind has steered off track.
Look, I just think it'll be cool to see where this ritual thing goes. Worst case, it doesn't work and nothing happens, and we can move on, right?
I think it's a bad idea. Magic isn't real, and even if it was real, what if you mess it up? And what if Jacob, turns into a cat or something?
Oh no.
I'm sure I can't mess it
Oh,
up that
no.
badly.
Oh
the
no.
instructions are right there, and they look simple enough.
Oh
How bad could it
no. Oh no. Still, she'd planted the seeds of doubt in my mind. Was she right? I wasn't versed in magic, at all. Who knows what would happen if I messed it up? Should I go through with the ritual?
Phoebe, I want to talk to Feeny.
God, he's dumb.
Serafina doesn't want to talk to you. No.
Guys, I think we should do the ritual. I think we should do the ritual. Jacob wants to do the ritual, guys. And we need to do this for Jacob. I feel like Jacob deserves the win, man, right? Harlock is saying don't do the ritual first. But I don't know if I want to make look at this face. Look at his little face. His little scruffy, fuckboy himbo face. Look at that shit. He needs it. We will check what the ritual doesn't do. I just saved, so... all right, ritual first, though.
Jacob, you want to do the ritual?
His eyes lit up as he looked at me. I nodded in understanding.
Then we're doing it. Let's get the candles out and set this bad boy up.
Oh god, okay. As it turned out, we didn't have candles. At least not proper ones. What we did have was a bucket full of small battery-operated decorative candles. Surely that would work just fine.
This is totally not going to work just fine.
He's so excited. Sigh, non-believers. I ignored her. My eyes scanned the directions in the book, and without sparing Jacob a glance, I pointed to the center of the circle we made with our makeshift ritual setup.
Jacob, sit.
What is he, a dog? He's not a fucking Labrador. He might be a Labrador.
Yeah.
He did as I asked without complaint. He sat with his legs sprawled out and his hands on the ground behind him, holding his weight.
No, that's not right. It says you need to make a diamond with your legs.
Okay.
He stared at me, confused, but shifted his weight and moved his legs. I wasn't sure what he was trying to accomplish, but at some point it seemed that he thought the best way to make a diamond with his legs was behind his neck? Jacob tried to pull his ankles over his head, promptly lost his balance, and tipped sideways.
Oh, he's dumb, huh? Impressive.
I'm so glad he's cute, buddy.
No!
Phoebe lunged forward and steadied him with surprising ease. She huffed as she pulled his legs back down and positioned them how they were supposed to be positioned. At least, how I think they were supposed to be positioned.
This is a horrible idea, Blair.
I don't know how he made it this far.
His legs correctly. How do you think he's going to be able to talk to animals?
Oh my god,
Assuming this is going
please.
to work, of course, which it's not.
Phoebe, the ritual is going to work. Have a little faith, will you?
Oh man.
This man has the survival instincts of sidewalk chalk.
True.
Okay. And if, on the hypothetical chance that magic is actually real, what if this little ritual, angers the spirits or whatever?
Then the spirits will be mad at me, and you have my full permission to say I told you so.
I didn't say another word, too busy reading through the rest of the directions. It seemed pretty straightforward. Step 1, direct the subject to sit in the circle of candles. Step 2, direct the subject to close their eyes. Step 3, recite the chant below.
Blair, don't you think this seems a little odd?
I'm sure it's fine. I think.
This is stupid. I'm not saying that.
Is it? I should have expected that. I forced a smile and nodded.
Okay, fine. If you don't want to help, then don't. I'll do it myself. Are you ready, Jacob?
Ready. Hey, are you sure this is a diamond?
Oh god.
I thought it was more like...
Don't move. I should have known Jacob wouldn't know what a diamond was. In any case, thankfully, Phoebe does. We're ready to go. I took a long, deep breath and began.
Let me talk to birds and bees.
Oh,
All
stop.
of whom will talk to me. Cat and dog, rat and fish. Almighty Magus, fulfill my wish.
I expected sparkles or flames or something, but I wasn't expecting this. Jacob squirmed in place and looked up at me. Then he started itching his hands, and then his arms.
I feel tingly.
I
Oh no.
think that's supposed to happen.
Blair, what's happening?
Jacob's itching spread from his arms to the hair on his head. He was itching all over his arms and in his hair and even on his cheeks.
What's happening to me?
Oh. I flipped over the pages, frantically trying to find any indication that this was normal. Phoebe ran to Jacob's side and tried to reassure him as best she could.
It's fine. I'm sure it's just something in the air. Yeah, this ritual is a sham. It's totally just something in the air. It's gotta be.
Her voice trailed off, and I looked up to see... Oh my god, stop! Jacob's hands and arms were sprouting hair. He He lifted his hands into sight, and then his fingertips felt around his teeth. Fangs had slipped out, small but very present. He's
turning into
A werewolf?
Jacob looked at us, eyes wide with shock and horror. Then he looked back down at his hands and then dropped them into his lap with a groan.
Of course this would happen to me.
Why is that such a bad thing? No, his facial hair is still just as patchy. What do you mean?
Well, I mean, at least you look cooler than the original Jacob. Well,
yeah, totally. Now we just need an Edward and we'll be ready to reshoot the movies.
That's so fucking rude,
is this really the time?
bro.
No, you're right. I think it's time you call your friend and ask her what the hell happened here.
Are they gonna have an answer? She was right. I pulled my phone out of my pocket and dialed my friend's number. I told her everything, up until the present moment of Jacob's spontaneous fur and fangs.
How did you manage to do that?
As opposed to what? I wish I could answer her, but unfortunately, I had no idea. Obviously.
Okay, don't panic. Just, I'll give you my wizard friend's address. Go and see him. I'm sure he'll know how to fix this.
Hmm.
Quick warning, though. He's, a little weird.
She hung up before I could get another word in.
Oh, great. So, to reverse whatever this is, we have to go and find some low-life scammer where he'll probably try to scam us too. Fantastic.
Still can't admit that this was magic, huh?
No, this was not magic, all right? This was some kind of, like, mass hallucination or something.
Uh-huh.
A mess what?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it is. I mean, it's Halloween, right? Weird stuff always happens on Halloween.
Nothing this weird, though. We had to fix this. The question was, did we really need to trust this wizard? I mean, the game is called This Deadbeat Dad is Our Only Hope, so I think we need to see the wizard.
Damn it. Fine, I guess we're off to see the wizard.
The wonderful wizard?
The wonderful wizard.
Oh, okay, I'm glad it wasn't just me. Let him have it, damn it! He's already dumb. And so we took our fluffy half-werewolf friend on a journey. We arrived at an old rundown apartment building?
And you're sure this is the right place?
Sponsored by the Shadow Government.
This is the address she gave me, but...
We decided to take the risk and found the apartment we were looking for. Faint voices sounded from inside. I knocked on the door, and after receiving no response, Phoebe moved me aside and slammed her fist on the wood loud enough to echo through the whole building. No one responded with words, but the door creaked open seemingly on its own. After sharing a weary glance, we slowly walked inside. This was not the lair any of us expected. Can we talk about the solo sock on the floor? Shut the fuck up! Is that toilet paper? What is that? I mean, this looks like wizard lair. And even the keys, like, fair enough. What the fuck is this? I am perturbed by this man's ability to, like, only have a single sock on the fucking living room floor.
Baby,
No.
baby, you know what that sock is.
Why is it on his living room fucking floor?
By himself. What is he?
Why is it on your living room floor? Put the sock. Stop it. You gross bitch. Put it somewhere else. The apartment was old and decrepit and smelled strongly of cheap beer and stale pizza. Is this Dante's apartment?
No, it's Wizard Afton.
Ah, shut up.
Are you sure we're at the right place?
You don't know his life. You don't know what he's about.
Let me call my friend again.
Oh my
Maybe
god.
she's
Yeah,
like
she's
or something.
pissed. Before I could dial her number, we heard the voices again, loud and clear this time.
Well, maybe if you didn't buy so many beers, you'd be able to pay Mom's child support.
Oh my god!
the child support so badly, then maybe she should take you off my hands.
Oh, this felt like a private conversation. Maybe we should leave.
Maybe she should. At least Mr. Marble wouldn't have gone mysteriously missing.
But on second thought, I couldn't fight the little tug in my head that wanted to hear more. The others and I shared a look and decided to stay a little longer.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't play dumb. Don't think I've forgotten that your stupid spell bounced off the mirror and turned him invisible.
Oh no.
I don't know.
Don't play dumb.
I didn't touch your stupid bunny. But even if I did, it would have been an accident.
Is this just Rick Sanchez as a wizard?
Yeah, you have a lot of accidents these days.
This is just Beth and Rick, right? Anyway.
Oh, fantastic. This is gonna be great.
I silently cursed my friend as we walked further inside.
Knock, knock.
The chatter came to a pause, and the two people came into view. A middle-aged man sprawled on the couch, while a young girl, maybe 8 years old, hovered over his head with her hands defiantly on her hips. They both turned to look at us like deers in headlights. Clearly, they didn't get many visitors.
All right, time to go.
With surprising agility, the man leapt off the couch and shooed the little girl into a room away from the common area. He held the door shut until she stopped banging on it. With a long, dragged sigh, he spun around and threw his arms out in a grandiose, dramatic fashion.
Greetings, travelers. What a wonderful surprise this is.
Rick C, 9 3/4.
I am the one you seek. I am the answer to your prayers. I am the almighty, all-powerful, all-seeing, all-commanding, all-demanding, outstanding, get your mama dancing, enchanting Magus!
The what?
The almighty, all-powerful, all...
No, we heard you the first time.
No, we don't need to hear that again, thank you.
I almost felt a little bad seeing the dejected look on his face. His arms dropped to his sides and he pouted like a kicked puppy. I fought the urge to apologize.
Great! We're asking for help from an unemployed circus magician.
Wow.
Awesome. Great! I'm so happy about this.
Abracawubba lubba dub dub.
I am a Magus.
Oh, sorry. I shot Phoebe a glare, but ignored her. We explained the situation to the Magus. Everything from the ritual to showcasing Jacob's furry arms and pointy teeth like we were unveiling a statue. The Magus, however, only laughed, albeit a bit nervously.
Really? That's absurd. That's just a Halloween costume, and a bad one at that.
Really?
Ah.
Let me just call my friend and let her talk to you.
I put my friend on a speaker and let her talk to him. They exchanged a few pleasantries before getting right to business.
So, it would be a great help to me and my besties over there if you could, help get
Gonna crack a beer, call us morons, and say tough shit, kiddo. Kind of.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I didn't.
Oh. She hung up. The Magus looked like he'd just been given the scare of a lifetime, and he nodded slowly.
Well, I'm sure we can find a solution. Let's see.
He walked over to the bookshelf and started looking through books and loose papers. He seemed a little preoccupied.
All right, magician.
Magus.
Tell me, how could this ritual thing have messed up so badly? We followed all of the instructions and even said that stupid chant thing.
I mean, you kind of cut corners, but what do I know? I just work here. The Magus froze and fumbled for an answer.
Well, I mean, it could be that,
We heard a door and turned to see the little girl standing on some kind of box. Clearly, she'd used it to reach the doorknob. She jumped off the box and strolled into the room like she owned it. Somehow, I had more faith in this young one to help us than her father.
Get back in the room, the all whiny, all tiny, all grimy, all slimy, really demanding diaper wearing, can't get your mama dancing Magus Jr.
For the last time, my name is Millie.
That little girl's gonna kick your ass. I trust her. She spat mockingly in his direction and then turned to us.
The ritual probably messed up because magical energy is tied to the emotional state of the originator.
So he's a Labrador. Originator was a big word for a girl her age. I couldn't help but be impressed.
What's an oregano?
What's an oregano? Shut the fuck up!
Originator.
Incredible.
Millie glanced around the three of us and then sighed and shook her head.
That old man created the ritual, so he's the originator. And as you can see, he's a little
Help.
not quite right at the moment.
Phoebe scoffed.
Yeah, not quite right is definitely one
Oh,
word for it.
she's gonna cry! The Magus didn't seem to be paying attention to a word any of us said. He was too focused on finding our potential solution.
There's an imbalance in the magical energy in the atmosphere.
Kind
A
of.
distortion, really. He's burnt out. He doesn't really practice magic anymore. He's really bummed about it.
Oh, this kid was really smart for her age. It was really impressive. I want to ask about Millie. She gets ignored constantly and has to be the adult in this situation. And I'm having fucking flashbacks right now.
Is this a little real?
So this is a little personal for me, but instead of a deadbeat dad, I just had somebody else who, anyway, listen, it's all fine, but I'm going to ask about Millie.
I'm sorry, but who are you? You're really impressive for a little kid.
I'm not a little kid.
She groaned as if the words were physically painful for her to say.
That sad sack is my dad.
Baby, no! Her next words were filled with pride, and she held her head up high as she projected her claim.
I'm next of kin of the one and only known Magus bloodline in the world.
Oh, great. Even the kid is brainwashed.
I spun around to Phoebe and leveled her with a glare.
Can you just admit that magic is real and that we need help? This is getting ridiculous.
No, I agree. This is ridiculous.
So leave! Go join Rinko in hell. Like, what do you fucking want? Like, I'm so over these bitchy best friends, bro. We stared at each other, each of us silently hoping the other would back down. Eventually, Phoebe relented.
But I suppose I can keep my mouth shut. At least for now.
Good.
Thank you.
I turned back to Millie, who was looking at us like we were all a lost cause.
So, Millie, you're saying that the ritual messed up because your dad is, going through some stuff?
One could say he's going through the shit of it, even.
I am most certainly not going through stuff. I can reverse this ritual easy as pie.
I don't know if I trust that.
Oh, I like pie.
God, he's dumb. Oh.
Now go, all whiny, all tiny, all grimy, all slimy, really demanding diaper wearing, can't get your mama dancing Magus Jr. Back in the room.
She's not a fucking dog, you asshole.
I want to stay.
Go!
He hurried Millie out of the room again.
All right. I know just the thing to fix
I'm
this.
gonna punch him
That
in his
boy,
beer gut.
I'll get you back to normal in a jiffy.
The Magus spun around and flashed a big smile, holding what looked like a black and white magician's wand from a dollar store. I avoided Phoebe's gaze. I knew exactly what kind of disappointment was waiting for me in her eyes.
Let's get this show on the road, shall
Holy
we?
shit.
Without further ado,
Wait! What are you doing?
The Magus deflated again, only this time he looked annoyed.
The ritual was supposed to be a spell to let you talk to animals. So, conducting a reverse spell should reverse its effects. Obviously.
You said that with your whole ass redheaded chest, didn't you, buddy? If he hadn't called his own daughter a string of childish insults, twice. I might have been offended by his passive aggression. I placed a hand on Phoebe's shoulder to calm her.
Sorry about her. She's a bit much. Go ahead, Mr. Magus. Sir.
Uh-huh. The Magus nodded and lifted the wand, waving it so dramatically that I was certain there was no such magical energy stored within it. Still, it seemed to give him the bravado to do the chant.
I can't talk to birds and bees. None of them can talk to me. No cat or dog, no rat and fish. Oh, mighty Magus, fulfill my wish!
Psst. Isn't that the stuff you said?
I guessed he meant it when he said he'd conduct a reversed spell. We stepped back and watched in awe as a stream of sparkles exited the wand. They didn't head towards Jacob, though. Instead, somehow the wand pointed directly at Jacob, took a harsh right turn, and hit something else in the room. I gasped, and Phoebe stood before us protectively as a bub night can. No! I couldn't believe my eyes. An empty can of cheap beer, tossed carelessly aside, stood up and started talking?
I never wanted to be a drunk, and I never wanted to be a magus. I had dreams, man. Big dreams. I could have been a rapper.
I could have been a rapper! The Magus yelped in surprise and rushed towards the talking beer can with heavy, drunken steps. He stomped on the can and it whined under his weight, going silent as it was crushed. I bit back a laugh and whispered to the others.
Did that say the sky wanted to be a rapper?
Guess that explains the long, obnoxious title he gave himself.
Hey, yo, give us a verse, man.
The Magus's eyes lit up like he hadn't expected anyone to ask. Phoebe and I turned and glared at Jacob.
I thought you'd never ask.
Oh, please, God. Little Bub, the new album coming soon. Golden, no.
Yo,
Oh,
they
please.
call me the almighty enchanting Magus. Dropped off the earth, now the fans, they all hate us. Calling me wash, how well that ain't a fact. Cause the fact is that I still got spells left to cast. Got me this kid here, she's called Magus Jr., but I assume that she's more like a tumor. You don't wanna mess with me, I know that this is heat, not beat. I said heat, cause I'm not a deadbeat. Yeah.
Let's go.
Did he just call his child a tumor? What the fuck? I didn't know what to say. That was certainly something.
Anyway.
Can we get back on topic?
It seemed like the Magus had forgotten where he was or what he was doing. I assumed the power of rapping was just too much for him to resist. He returned from his trance and immediately seemed flustered.
Not to worry. Just a slight mishap. We'll get it this time.
That child needs to emancipate right now! Valkian! That's so fucked up, bro! Please! Please, no! I knew none of us wanted to hear the chant again, but unfortunately...
I can't talk to birds and bees. None of them can talk to me.
we didn't have a choice.
No cat or dog, no rat and fish. Oh, mighty Magus, fulfill my wish.
I just want to point out, if you added a little bit of auto-tune to his rap, it would have literally been better than most rappers. I agree with Golden Gopher right now. Like, just, it was missing, like, a little bit of auto-tune and a little bit of bass backbeat, and honest to God, it would be about level with the same fucking rappers are nowadays. That, or do that stupid shit that, like, the mumble rappers are doing now, where they, like, just fucking half mumble chant through a bunch of shit but say words that don't make sense. He sounded a little more flustered this time, and that probably contributed to his wild misfiring of the spell. The wisps of magic flew through the air in a totally different direction, and...
I meant to send the money. Really, I did. But then the liquor store was having a sale, and
Another Bub Night can? This misfire was a crazy coincidence.
But I'm gonna get the money. I will.
The Magus swiped the beer can from the coffee table and crushed it in a big hand. It squealed under the force and then went quiet. Did he kill another beer can?
Guys, I feel strange.
Phoebe and I scanned him. His arms and face looked the same, but the further down we looked, the more hair we saw. Fur peeked under his shorts and patches had sprouted on his legs. Phoebe acted first, turning around with a blazing fire in her eyes. I stepped back instinctively. I knew what Phoebe was capable of when she saw red.
Listen, Mr. Wizard Guy.
Oh God.
I'm a man. Shut up!
Turning into a Karen.
He lifted the wand and quickly cast the spell once more, in perhaps the strangest stroke of luck, or unluck, I guessed. He misfired once again. It was really quite impressive how bad he was at this.
I'm a horrible father.
Oh my god, this guy is dumb as
Shh, this sounds important.
I slapped a hand over Phoebe's mouth to keep her quiet. I had a feeling both the Magus and his daughter in the next room needed to hear this insecurity of his, even if it was via a can of beer.
I failed her. I failed the all whiny, all tiny, all grimy, all slimy, really demanding diaper wearing can't get your mama dancing Magus Jr.
My name is still Millie!
I'm not the father she deserves. I can't be the father she deserves.
Oh, motherfucker.
The Magus snatched the can and crushed it so hard that I was sure he'd turn it to dust. He didn't, though, instead hurling it across the room. He was beet red in the face and breathing shakily. Still, he somehow managed to maintain some sort of air of confidence.
Let's try this one more time, shall we? I can't talk, so...
hey, buddy! Why don't we try something else?
Stop it, Monty. The dude has a serious premature invocation problem.
No, I'm sure I can get it this time.
If you try one more time, I'll break that wand and shove it up your...
Phoebe, there's a child in the next room.
No, Phoebe's right for that. I'm gonna give her this one. Phoebe ignored me, continuing to bicker with the Magus as if they were both children fighting over the swing in the playground at lunch. When Phoebe got like this, it was better to just let it run its course, and I was sure the Magus didn't need my help. While they were distracted, I looked over at Jacob. He stared hopelessly down at his fluffy arms, looking sadder than I'd ever seen him. I felt a pang in my chest. Surely there was something in here that could cheer him up a little. I decided to have a look around. On his bookshelf were a lot of books with titles taped on haphazardly. Wizards of Wonder, How to Take Over the World with Magic, Magic for Dummies? This guy was a piece of work. I'm definitely giving my friend the scolding of a lifetime after this. I pulled out Magic for Dummies and tore the tape off the front cover. On it was not only the real title, Parenting for Dummies, but a name scrawled messily in black marker. I bit down on my chuckle and took the book back to Jacob.
Did you know the Magus's name isn't actually that really long name?
It's not?
Nope. Take a look at this.
I handed him the book and pointed to the name. Jacob glanced at me and then back to the book. His lips parted into a wide grin and he laughed loudly.
Dude, bro's name is Eugene Humphrey?
Oh my god, it's no wonder. As if saying the name had triggered something in the Magus, Eugene immediately paused his argument with Phoebe and turned his eyes to us. I'd never seen anyone look so wildly offended in my life.
I am the The almighty, all-powerful, all-seeing, all-commanding, all-demanding, outstanding, get your mama dancing, enchanting Magus!
What?
The almighty, all-powerful, all...
No. Stop it.
Can we talk about Phoebe cutting in and just be like, stop it, you fucking stop it, and like flicking him on the nose? Phoebe shoved past him to get to us. Her eyes were locked on mine as her voice dropped to a near whisper.
Listen, I'm not saying this magic thing is real or anything,
Even though it totally is.
but that hallucination we just had with the cans, they talked about how this guy felt like a failure raising that little girl, right?
I nodded.
So, if what she said about emotional states affecting magic or whatever was true, then don't you think that could be what's messing up this spell?
Wow, we really rubbed our 3 brain cells together to get that one figured out, didn't we? You know what? I'm not even going to say Jacob has a brain cell. Right now it's rattling in a tin can, probably missing. It's jumped off the edge of the tab, to be honest. I could hear the pain in her voice on the word spell. She was slowly coming to believe in magic, and she was pained to admit it.
Aw, look at you getting into the spirit of things.
She glared at me, but a flush of pink dusted over her cheeks.
I am not. I'm just saying it
I felt a sense of satisfaction in her reaction. It was kind of cute. But she was right. Now wasn't the time. Before I could open my mouth to respond, the door slammed open again, and Millie rushed out and stood before Eugene.
Dad, those cans, is what they said true?
The man looked shocked, stunned, and surprised. Okay, I know they're all the same thing, but I hope to really convey how caught off guard he was by Millie's question.
That's not, no, not at all. Those cans are filthy liars, traitors, I say.
This was hard to watch. Millie didn't look very impressed either. I pulled Phoebe and Jacob closer and lowered my voice.
We have to help them. If we can help them make up and get back on good terms, maybe Eugene's emotional state will fix itself enough to fix Jacob's werewolf thing.
Phoebe forced a laugh.
Eugene, you mean the almighty, all-powerful, all-annoying, all-useless wizard?
Exactly.
Oof.
If we can help him get in a better mindset, then maybe the all-useless will become all-useful, and we can get out of here with a back-to-normal human Jacob.
We're strangers to these people, Blair. I don't know about you, but if 3 strangers tried to get all up in my family business, I'd kick them out.
That was a good point.
I'm so itchy.
Baby. Jacob scratched his furry arms in clear discomfort. Phoebe sighed and turned her eyes back to me.
Look, I agree that those 2 need to make nice in order to fix this, but they need to deal with this on their own. We'll only make it worse if we interfere.
Ugh, why did this have to be so complicated? I mean, obviously, so here's my problem, right? On a serious note, usually, yeah, like you kind of want it to work out. The problem, though, is we're already here. We already inserted ourselves when we got involved in the first place. And at this point, I don't know, man. I feel like I would absolutely insert myself where I'm not wanted. So I'm absolutely going to insert myself when I'm not wanted. I couldn't just stand back and watch. We'd already seen how bad Eugene was at communicating. I mean, we all heard that egregious string of insults he called Millie. I was confident that our mediation couldn't hurt.
The only thing I feel bad for is raising a whiny, tiny, grimy, slimy...
Hey, Mr. Magus, sir?
Thankfully, I successfully cut him off. He looked at me with a hint of annoyance in his stare, but I held my ground.
It's clear to us that those,
Fuck it, we're the smartest ones here.
You're speaking your inner thoughts, your struggles and insecurities and stuff. We can all see how much you really love Millie and that you want the best for her.
Phoebe sighed, knowing that once I'd started, there was no stopping me. If she couldn't beat me, she had no choice but to join me.
Yeah, okay, she's right. Listen, you know what you need to do to fix whatever's going on with you two. You know that you're an adult, and you should act like one. So get your head out of your
Child in the room.
No, she's real for that, and she deserves to say it out loud. She glanced at me and then nodded with a quick breath.
Right. Get your head out of your backside, stop drinking so much, and maybe you'll be a better father. And a better wizard, magician, guy.
Both Eugene and Millie stared at her with wild offense.
I am the almighty, all-powerful,
He's a magus.
I pulled Phoebe back and held my hands up in a little surrender, hoping that Phoebe's slip-up wouldn't jeopardize the family's reconciliation. At the very least, they were on the same page about Eugene's title. That was progress, right? The magus stared at us, his expression unreadable. Then he threw his head back and groaned.
Fine. You're right, I guess.
I usually am. Millie's eyes widened with shock. She clearly hadn't expected him to relent so easily.
I suppose I could admit that I haven't been the best father. Or even a good one. I'm sorry. The all whiny, all tiny, all grimy, all slimy, really demanding diaper wearing can't get your mama dancing Magus Jr.
Millie's face twisted in a tornado of emotion, from happiness to annoyance to disgust to frustration.
Well, if you want to be a better dad, then you can start by calling me Millie.
His face flushed red, and he nodded in embarrassment.
Right. I'm sorry, Millie.
I'd expected her to refuse to accept his apology in a petty child move, or for them to share an awkward handshake and a polite nod. What I didn't expect was for Millie to launch forward, tears in her eyes, and hug Eugene's legs. Clearly, Eugene didn't expect it either.
You do the best you can, Dad. And I'll do my best too.
She pulled away briefly, puffing out her chest and standing proudly before her father.
I'll carry on your legacy and be the best magus this world has ever seen.
And then she deflated a little and diverted her gaze. She seemed almost shy.
I just need you to teach me.
Oh my God, what?
Actually teach me. Can you do that for me?
Eugene stared at her for a second, and none of us missed the water filling his eyes and the trembling of his lip. When he spoke, his words were a shaky whisper.
Second best Magus.
Shut the fuck up! Phoebe and I threw our heads into our hands in disbelief. I guessed not even a heartfelt moment with his daughter could spoil his ego. Eugene stepped forward and pulled Millie into a hug. The two held each other tightly, with tears streaming down their faces.
Aww.
They hugged for a while. A long while. They hugged for so long that the comfortable silence in here was starting to get really awkward. I looked at Phoebe, and then at Jacob. Phoebe spoke my thoughts aloud.
Hey guys, now that you're besties again, can you fix our werewolf friend for us?
They pulled away from the hug only briefly to glare at us.
Shh, you're ruining the moment.
The child's attitude made Phoebe look like she was about to blow up. I placed a hand on her shoulder and gently tugged her back. If this is what we needed to do to fix Eugene's emotional state and thus Jacob's werewolf predicament, then we should let them have their moment. Eugene and Millie brought each other back into their embrace, and we stood there awkwardly, waiting for them to wrap it up. Every time they pulled away, father and daughter looked at each other again, felt the swelling emotions of a repairing relationship, and went right back to hugging and crying. My feet were starting to get sore from the amount of standing around I was doing. Jacob was itching all over, and Phoebe was clearly growing agitated. The last time they drew each other back into a hug, something strange happened. A strange aura emitted from the pair, an aura of calm and happiness and love and sparkles. The light that came from them was so bright that it penetrated my closed eyes and bypassed the arm covering my face. Whatever magic they were conducting right now was certainly bright.
What? What's happening?
Almost as quickly as it blinded me, the light started to dissipate. Once I suspected that it wouldn't cause permanent damage, I lowered my arm and opened my eyes. The whole room was lit up with sparkles. Or was it glitter? Phoebe and I shared a confused and slightly weirded out glance, and then we looked at Jacob. My heart swelled with joy and relief. Jacob's fangs had retracted, and the fur covering his arms had disappeared, or rather fallen out, based on the puddle of hair that he was standing in.
Jacob, you're normal again!
I'm normal?
Still stupid, but that's okay, buddy. We grabbed each of his hands and showed him the perfectly hairless forearms. His eyes lit up.
I'm normal!
Jacob and I jumped for joy, holding Phoebe's hand to prompt her to jump for joy with us. She didn't jump, but I could see the small smile on her lips.
We were right! The ritual was affected by Eugene's emotional state.
And you were right. Interfering was a good idea.
Well, I couldn't help the satisfied smile that broke out at her praise.
So, now are you ready to admit that magic is real? That all of this wasn't just some crazy Halloween hallucination?
Phoebe stared at me wordlessly for a long moment. Then she finally sighed and nodded.
I'm willing to admit that there were some things that happened tonight that are a little too insane to be within the realm of the normal world.
A bit of a long way to say, yes, magic is real, but I'll take it.
Yeah. We heard sniffling behind us and turned to see Jacob with tears ribboning down his cheeks. He was staring at his bare arms and smiling to himself. He looked up at us with a wide, trembling smile.
It's a Halloween miracle!
We gave him a comforting pat on the shoulder and then turned our attention back to the father and daughter, who were still hugging and weeping.
So, I guess you could say the messed up ritual was reversed with the power of love, I think.
No. That's so corny.
The pair seemed to have noticed us staring, and they turned to us.
What are you looking at?
Yeah, get out of my lair. We're having a moment here.
Phoebe, Jacob, and I looked at each other, and we all laughed.
Oh, they don't have to tell me twice. Let's get out of here. I think we've had enough Halloween fun to last us the next 5 years.
I never thought I'd agree with you on that.
She hooked her arms in ours and pulled us towards the door. Before we left the lair and returned to our normal day-to-day lives, however, Jacob had one final thing to say. He announced it loudly and proudly.
All hail the almighty, all-powerful, all-seeing, all-commanding, all-demanding, outstanding, get your mama dancing enchanted magus!
How did you remember all of that?
I'm Autumn Ivy, and that was our himbo turned into a werewolf, and this deadbeat dad is our only hope. It sounds like there's more than one ending, and there's a couple of different ways this could go. We obviously got what we'd consider the good ending, I guess. This was a really cute game, and again, if you guys want to check it out, it is available on itch.io. Shout out to everybody who had a part to play in this. This again was for the Spooktober 2025 Game Jam. Bree, Frankel, and the rest of the folks who are on this list all do have, I believe, X accounts and so on. But if you guys want to check it out, I think you definitely should. That was a fun, cute little game for sure. I love that it had one of the endings should be Jacob just stays a werewolf, and that's just how it is. Like, he lives life that way.
I feel like
But-
it's got to be one of the endings.
It's somehow it's gotta be. As always, if you guys would like to check out more work from that particular person, I think they have one other game, and it is on itch.io. Of course, the link will be down below. Let me know what you guys thought. What do you think the other endings are? You know, throw that down. Let me know what you think. And as always, you can find my work at autumnivyofficial.com. That's where I have my photo sets, audios, videos, and more. I also have some new audiobooks that are on the way. I've been actively recording for the last like 3 or 4 months, and I think I've got like 7 audiobooks that have been completed, and a bunch of them are supposed to be due in December. And I am extremely excited to tell you guys that we will be actively, hopefully, fingers crossed, beginning work on book 2 for A Lonely Broadcast Station by Cal Byron. So if you guys are fans of Accounts from a Lonely Broadcast Station, I just need you to spread the good word that we will be working on some announcements for that. Be good. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Take care of your mom, your cat, your goldfish, your deadbeat Magus dad. You know, if you need to give them a hug, that's fine. Or your himbo werewolf boyfriend. I don't know. I'm not here to judge you. But take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And yeah, okay. Okay, bye.